Hello, welcome to the show. Jamila. And in this episode, I've not brought on regulars because actually, that's a really good question. Anyway, as for our guest, she's from Canada. She's an author and YouTube host. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you those laughs.
Hello.
Hello there. So,
Hi.
how's life?
Life is good. It's nice and sunny out today, so yeah, having a good time.
Nice. And is there anything you've been up to much recently?
Well, writing, obviously. Walking my dogs, enjoying summer, doing my YouTube show, the usual stuff.
Okay, that's nice. Tell me more about your YouTube show. I'm actually interested to know.
Sure. So it's called the Write or Die Show. So write like you're writing something. And I interview other authors and we talk about mental health.
Okay, I like that. And how long have you been doing this for?
About a year and a half or so. I have over 100 episodes out now.
Wow, incredible.
Yeah. Thanks.
You're welcome. I also heard you're also an author. Like, what kind of books have you written recently?
Well, recently I've been writing some self-care journals. But in general, I've written some nonfictions about mental health, and some kids' books and some short, scary stories.
Wow. Okay. And what got you into writing?
Well, as a teenager, it became my first coping strategy with my depression. I was writing a lot of poetry. And then I found everything that I had written in my basement when we were cleaning it out. And I was like, oh, these are pretty good. I don't want to throw them out, but I don't want them to sit here and collect dust. So I turned them into my first book and went, wow, I love this. And just kept writing.
Okay, that's great. And what was life for you?
Um, well, as a smaller kid, it was good. My mom was always like there. We played a lot of really fun games like restaurant and stuff. My dad, not so much. So my parents weren't together. And I'd go to his house every other weekend, and I'd spend most of the time with my cousins who lived down the street, which was pretty awesome. I do love that. But then as a teenager, my mom remarried to an alcoholic. Um, so things kind of went downhill from there. And on top of, regular teenage hormones, then I was dealing with an alcoholic stepfather, and my brother was in and out of jail. And I just felt pretty forgotten at the time. So high school wasn't very good. College was great. I enjoyed that. I was living on my own. I had my baby at 19. I met my husband. We've now been together 15 years. So, ups and downs.
Okay, interesting. So outside being a YouTube host and being an author, what else do you do in your free time?
Free time. I don't know. No, I'm just kidding. So I like to go swimming. I hang out with my animals. I got four cats and three dogs. Um, I have my youngest kid is 15 and my older one is 18, my stepdaughter, who also has the joy of my life, my grandson. He's 2.5, so I love hanging out with him. Um, I guess sometimes hanging out with my husband. But mostly just doing family stuff for the most part.
Okay. Is there anything besides that you wanted to do when you were younger, or was it originally how you intended to do throughout your whole life, like being an author, being a YouTube host?
Definitely not. Well, maybe the YouTube host falls in there. So when I was younger, I was going to be a famous actor because I couldn't decide on one career. I wanted to do it all. I didn't want to be bored. So I figured if I was an actor, then I could do it all, right? I never had to be just one thing. So YouTube host kind of fits. Writer actually sort of fits because it's still very creative, but it wasn't the top of my mind, even though when I was younger, I was writing like little plays and skits for my cousins to act in and stuff. So it was always there.
Okay, great. What's your favorite ice cream topping?
Oh, that's hard. That chocolate sauce that gets hard.
Okay. Interesting choice. I like that.
So good.
Oh, yes. What word do you commonly misspell?
This is gonna be really silly. But the word down. I always want to write done instead of down. And I know it, and I still do it every time.
Oh, okay. No, it's fine. Fair enough. I usually I misspell like very long words.
Yeah,
I
I know.
I, I don't even know what those long words are, but I know every time I still misspell them. Like, what's wrong with me?
Right? Well, at least it's a long word, so it makes sense. Mine's like a short common word, and every single time I write the wrong word.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So, what is something you have learned this week?
This week, listen to my body. When it needs rest, just rest.
Hmm. Okay. What
It's a good
is the
life.
best? Oh, sorry. Go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's a good life lesson.
Oh yes, indeed. What is the best pair of shoes you have ever owned?
Hokas. Oh my goodness. So I've had a lot of feet issues and back issues and stuff, so I've gone to different podiatrists and things. And the ones that this last podiatrist gave me, they're called Hokas, Hoke. They are amazing.
Wow. Okay. Great.
Love them. Everyone
Oh
should go.
yes. Yeah. Yeah. I think I might go do that after this episode in a few
Seriously,
weeks'
they're
time.
amazing.
Yeah. Do you like spicy food?
No, not at all. I'm horrible with spices. Anything even remotely a tiny bit spicy, I'm like, I'm dying. I'm dying.
Ah, okay. Fair enough. What is your favorite sport?
Well, I used to always say kickboxing because I loved doing it. I did it for over 10 years, but currently my body has decided to not work that well anymore. So, I'm gonna change that to scuba diving, even though there's debate if scuba diving is a sport or if it's just a hobby, but I'm gonna call it a sport.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
What do you what do you enjoy greatly? What you wish you could do more?
YouTube and acting.
Ah, yes. Of course.
Yeah, that was the easy one.
Oh yes. That would be the dream life for sure for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what do you like about being a YouTube post or an author?
The creativity of it. I don't have to listen really to anybody else. I mean, granted, I do want people to read or watch, so I do want to make it good. But really, I have creative freedom to kind of do whatever I want.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree to that.
Wow,
Be free, do whatever you want.
exactly.
Oh
Within
yes.
reason and legally.
Oh yeah. What was what was the funniest moment you've had?
Probably. This is okay. So this is kind of really dumb. But the moment that I realized what the song Ignition was actually about was also my dumbest moment, but probably the most hilarious because my husband was sitting beside me at the time, and it came on the radio, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, I understand what this means now." And the song had been out for like 10 years. Okay, it wasn't new. Um, and he looked at me and he's like, "You didn't understand it?" I was like, "No, I didn't." He goes, "Wow." And just like the look on his face was so funny. Um, yeah.
That is so
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm not alone then.
yeah. I'm also the kind of guy that's more about the beats rather than the message of the song. Because I mean, it's so
Exactly.
good. Yeah, it just sounds so good. I just enjoy the moment, you know.
Exactly. I sometimes I don't even realize what the lyrics are saying, like, at all.
Yeah. Have you ever saved a person or animal's life?
Um, maybe. So I have called 911 before, so maybe perhaps that was saving their life. I don't know if they were in immediate death, but um twice I called 911. So the one, there was an older gentleman, he collapsed outside of a mall, and everybody is like, what should we do? What should we do? And meanwhile, I'm already on the phone calling 911. And then the other time, well, I've had to call the 911 a few times for my kid who was going through some depression and was trying to hurt himself. So, yeah.
Aw. I hope he's all right.
He is now. Yeah, he's doing much, much better.
That's great. What's your favorite season?
Summer.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down, easy answer, summer. I will take the heat anytime. I hate winter. Not a huge fan of humidity, but give me heat all day long.
Yes, I'd say the same. And that's just the fact I just came back from holiday in Brazil for like 2 months.
Oh
That,
my
that was,
God.
yeah, temperature's like 20, 30 degrees Celsius is like 80, 90 Fahrenheit.
Oh my goodness. That's amazing.
Oh, yes. I'm not actually surprised I managed to get through that heat wave when I came back. The second heat wave at 32 degrees Celsius. That's mad.
Oh, yeah, but do you have humidity?
Actually, the humidity is very, very dry.
Okay, then I could handle that. 32 is not bad as long as there's no humidity.
Oh, yes,
We get
absolutely.
like 30-degree plus humidity, making it like 45. Yeah, then it's gross.
Yeah, and it's a bit sweaty too.
Yeah.
What was the weirdest nickname you were given?
I don't know if it's super weird, but when I was younger, my mom used to call me Taz, like the Tasmanian devil, because I was completely insane, is how she used to say it. I used to be a bit of a wild child, so.
Okay, interesting. Would you rather speak all languages or talk to animals?
Talk to animals. That was fast. Definitely talk to animals. I prefer animals over people.
Okay. Any reason, or you just yeah.
Because they're not judgy, or at least you don't know they're judgy because you can't talk to them yet. Maybe they will be after I can talk to them, but they're
Oh
not
yeah,
judgy.
yeah, fair point. Do you have any pets?
Yep, I got 4 cats and 3 dogs. So that means that I have a pack of dogs and a clouder of cats.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah.
And have you ever thought about getting more pets in the future?
I'm always thinking about it. My husband keeps telling me, no, we have enough. unless I can agree to get him a little like bearded dragon, and I always say no to that. So we're at a standstill.
Okay. If your life was a meal, what kind of meal would it be?
I don't know, like a smorgasbord of everything. Maybe what are those charcuterie boards? Because they have a whole bunch of different stuff on them.
Okay. So you're saying like a huge buffet of food?
Yep, just like a random mix of everything.
Ah, yes. Okay. Cool. Do you have any hidden talents?
See, I'm kind of an open book, so it wouldn't be hidden. You've stumped me on this one. I don't think so.
Okay. Okay. So, as working as a YouTube host and an author, would have been the high and low points?
Um, well, the low points would be when I get my books back and from the editor, and it's like, oh, fix this and that, and it's like, oh, all right, and you got to do a ton more work when you think you're already done, but you're not. And then as a YouTube host, probably the lows would be if guests don't show. It's very frustrating because and you're all ready, you're waiting, and then they don't show and you can't do it.
Yep, it's like they've just wasted your time and completely forgotten or whatever.
Exactly.
Yep, I deal with that most of the time throughout the week, but hey, it happens. Just gotta get through it and just deal with it.
Exactly. Hey, I'm here for you.
That's great. If you had to pick between skydiving, bungee jumping, or scuba diving, which one would you choose?
Scuba diving. I have already done it and loved it. I'm certified open water scuba diver.
Ah, yes. It's a great moment going scuba diving, seeing all the
It's so
fishes and the
cool.
reefs.
Yeah, so I've only just recently got my certification, which is amazing, and so I'm looking forward to going on a vacation and going and seeing some even cooler things from not here.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Would you rather be teleported permanently 500 years into the future or 500 years into the past?
As curious as I am about the past and like how things really worked, being female with a big mouth probably wouldn't bode well in my favor 500 years ago. So I'm gonna have to say go to the future.
Yeah, the future's the best.
Yeah, I hope. But
Yep.
definitely don't want to go 500 years back.
Yeah, I agree. If your mind was an island, what would it look like?
Oh, my mind. It would have like a whole bunch of different areas that kind of all intertangled into the middle. So there'd be like a foresty part, and then there'd also be a big beach around and a little bit of a desert area. And then probably all coming together with a giant mountain volcano in the middle.
Wow, that's a lot of things to take in. I love the variation.
Thanks. That's that creativity mind of mine.
That's great. What's the best way to start the morning?
Opening your eyes.
Well, yeah, fair enough. Just open your eyes and you're boom, off to start the
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. Well, my kid likes to come in and wake me up, and so I'm awake before I get to even open my eyes and like function. So the best way is like me opening my own eyes on my own time.
Oh yeah.
Other
If you
parents
could,
can relate.
oh yeah, okay, cool. If you could live anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough question. I haven't traveled to enough places in the world to really make a good, accurate guess at that. But somebody I know lived in Costa Rica, and they said it was really super nice, and healthcare was still good there and stuff. So maybe there.
Okay. Yeah, I would certainly go there for the healthcare for sure.
Yeah.
Good. What was the last book you read?
I just finished reading Abigail by Damon Manx. Actually, I have to write my book review of that today, and it was good.
Cool. Which game show would you do best on?
Um, Well, it wouldn't be Jeopardy, that's for sure. Maybe Wheel of Fortune?
Okay.
Yeah.
And is it because you have like a huge amount of intelligence or knowledge on certain topics?
Well, no, like so Wheel of Fortune with the guessing the words, because words writing.
Ah, yeah, yeah, of course.
Yeah, not Jeopardy.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Who was the last person you talked to?
Uh, my kid.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, you'd think that.
If someone wrote a book about you, what do you think its title would be?
So if somebody else wrote the book, because yeah, I've already written books about me. But if somebody else wrote it about me, maybe it would be called something like Confusion Unfolds.
Ooh, okay.
Hmm.
What's your favorite type of day?
Um, Type of day. I've never thought about that before. Probably one that's like nice and sunny, warm, maybe in like mid 20-degree weather with no humidity. Not cloudy at all, and definitely don't have to work or do anything. Just be able to lay on like a beach, maybe go kayaking or scuba diving, and just have like a relaxing time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which pizza topping do you most relate to?
Relate to. Oh, I thought you were gonna say you like the most, but relate to. Okay, so the first thing that popped into my head was sardines. I don't even like sardines. I hate sardines, but sardines because you either love them or you hate them. And I feel like that's how I am. People either love me or hate me.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what a lot of people say about me.
Well, there you go. You're a sardine too.
Yeah. If you could host a talk show, who would you have on first?
Ooh. Well, my show is kind of already a talk show, so I already did have a first guest. But if I had my choice of who I was allowed to bring on the show, um, ooh, maybe The Rock. I would enjoy asking him questions.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah.
Cool. Where would you see yourself 20 years from now?
20 years. Oh, I better be retired. I'll still only be in my 50s, but I want to be retired. So retired with a few bestseller books, um, like 5 YouTube shows, and oodles of followers, and like sought after worldwide speaker. Yep.
Cool.
Big dreams.
Oh, yes. Now, do you think a hot dog is a sandwich?
Somebody has asked me that before on another show. And
Really?
yes. So somebody asked me that on another show, and I said no, because I looked up the definition of sandwich, and it is something between 2 pieces of bread or 2 pieces of bun. And a hot dog bun, you don't usually rip it into 2. It's usually just 1. So it's not really a sandwich because you don't rip it in half and have 2 parts on top and on the bottom of it.
Okay, I guess that's good, very good logic.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. What is the most ridiculous fact you know?
That a hippopotamus when it talks sounds like a pig being put into an outboard motor. It's a very strange sound.
Okay. I never thought about that, honestly.
We heard this weird noise at the zoo, and we're like, "What the heck is that?" And somebody said, "That's the hippopotamus." I'm like, "What?" And like we had never heard a hippopotamus before. Most people don't. You don't even think that they talk really, but yeah, it's a very weird noise.
Interesting. What natural landmark would you like to see someday?
Hmm. A natural landmark. Maybe, well, like the Big Barrier Reef would be great.
Oh, yes. Great Barrier Reef. Full of fishes.
Exactly.
Yes, absolutely love it. If you had a tattoo right now, what would it be?
So I have 5 tattoos right now. So, I don't know what the next one would be, but currently I have drama masks, I have kickboxing gloves with the autism puzzle pieces, I got a butterfly with the semicolon, I got a rose that my kid drew, and I got a cross that my brother had drawn.
Oh, okay.
Hmm,
Cool.
just a
Yeah,
few.
cool. What's the most useful thing you own?
Useful thing. Probably my phone.
Okay. Either
Mm.
just like surfing the web, do all your work, whatever.
Exactly, you can do everything on them now. They're like tiny little computers.
Oh, yes, absolutely. The
Yeah.
best definition.
Mhm.
What superpower do you wish you could have?
So, okay, do you know Rogue from X-Men?
Yes.
So, her superpower where like you can touch other people and take their powers for a while, it goes back to that whole not wanting to pick one thing. And so then I can just have everything at some time.
Okay. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Why choose one when you can have them all?
Exactly.
Well,
The more the merrier.
that's right.
Oh, yes. What's the best thing you've bought off Amazon?
Um, Waterproof headphones.
Hmm. Interesting.
I
Never thought.
love
I never thought headphones could be waterproof.
I know. Last year my friend said that she had a pair, so this year I had to buy them, and they're so awesome.
Hmm. Okay. Like I said, buying new set of headphones because the one I have is a bit crumbly, you know.
Okay, yeah, no, these ones are awesome. They're called Shocks with a Z.
Ah. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you had to pick any character in a book, movie, or TV show, who is most similar to you?
Ooh. Maybe Penelope from Criminal Minds, because I like to wear crazy makeup and hair and be all sassy and like big personality.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting choice. I like that.
Yeah.
And that is all we have for this episode. It was great having you here, Randi-Lee, talking about your work as a YouTube host an author, and a lot of other things. It's been amazing. I loved it.
Thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And until next time, stay tuned for more.